And this is a solo game that takes just 60 to 90 minutes to play. And this is a system that was already applied in a previous campaign where they focused more on a fantasy setting. But this one is called the Modern series, which is going to be focusing on a whole bunch of different modules that are going to be taking place in more realistic and more modern environments. Each of these modules is going to be introducing some new ideas and different variants on the core system, but this is a system that I did cover in the past, so if you do want to learn more about it and understand exactly how it works, I'll just go ahead and roll that previous footage for you now. And the way that these games work is that they're all based on the core roll with it system, but then each one's going to be coming in with different mechanisms and rules that are going to make them play a little bit different and tell a little bit different of a story. And the system uses a set of dice and cards for players to perform their actions and abilities, and it's also going to come with a sheet of the area that you're exploring. You're going to be using that to track your progress. And then finally, there's going to be a doom die that you're going to be rolling at the start of the game, but then it's also going to be dictating the actions of the enemies. And the game plays over a series of rounds where the player is going to be rolling 4 6-sided dice and then 1 4-sided luck die. And you'll be able to activate 3 of those 4 6-sided die in order to move that amount, and then you're going to be discarding the 4th one. And anytime that you move through an icon located on the map, that icon is going to get activated, and it can do different things like gain you relic cards, which will gain you a one-time or permanent ability, or you might activate traps, which will move you up the terror track, and if that ever reaches the skull, then you're going to be losing the game. And you'll be discovering new icons throughout the different games, introducing new mechanisms as you play them through. But as you move around on the sheet, the path is going to be crumbling behind you, which means that you can't pass over a space that you've already occupied. You also have to use the full value of the die that you're activating, and you can't move through walls, and you also can only move in a straight direction at the start of the game, which means that some values may not be useful to you. And this is where that 4-sided luck die comes into play, because whatever value you rolled there, you can use it once to add or subtract a value from one of your dice. After you've activated all 3 of your dice, then you're going to be moving on to the enemy power phase, where the enemy's power is going to activate and have some sort of negative effect on the player. This can be manipulated by the value of that doom die, which is then going to be incremented by 1, changing the value for the next round, which then is going to cause a slight variance to the enemy's power in the following round. And if you're able to complete that map's objective before that terror track reaches the end, then you win the game. And if you're interested in this one, you can check it out and all the different modules that are going to be offered in the link to the campaign in the description below.